I think I am live. Just let me know if I am visible and well audible. Give me a thumbs up or a hi on the comment section. Welcome to day 3 of musical stories from Katha Bhumi. Sarigam 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 magari sani re gari sani sarigam 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 apa magari sani sa. Day 3 of musical stories from Katha Bhumi. Just say a hi if I am audible and visible. I'll start. I see some highs there. Hi Aditya. Am I audible enough? Okay, cool. Let's then get started. Welcome to day 3 of musical stories from Katha Bhumi. I am really excited to be back here and thankful to Aditya and Katha Bhumi for giving me yet another opportunity to be live with another story. I am Purnima and I am from Bangalore. I am a student of Kathalaya, the International Academy of Storytelling, under the eminent storyteller Sri Geeta ma'am. Today is day 3 of musical stories from Katha Bhumi, and the first story is going to be a beautiful folk tale from Panama by Miss Margaret Reed MacDonald, who is an author and a storyteller herself. Now this story is a fascinating story with a little bit of music and little bit of Spanish words here and there. I would encourage all of you to say and sing with me as we sail through this story. Let's start the music then. Ay, mi Panamá, qué bonita herencia que nos has dejado y hoy te la cantamos. Ay, mi Panamá, mi Panamá, mi Panamá. 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 Welcome to the beautiful tropical land of Panama, filled with mountains and beaches. Under the foot of one such mountain, there lived a teeny tiny rabbit called Conejito. In Spanish, Conejito means little bunny. Our little Conejito was a very smart bunny, but he had only one problem. He was flaquito, meaning very, very thin. And his mother was always worried about this. Once it was summertime, his mother called Conejito. Conejito, it's summertime and it's time for you to go and visit your aunt, Tia Monica, up the mountain hill. And I'm sure she's going to feed you with lots and lots of goodies, after which you'll become gordito, meaning fat, like a butterball. Hearing this, Conejito was very excited. Oh, Aunt Tia Monica, she is my favorite and I love going there. And she is going to feed me with lots of cookies, candies, marshmallows, cake, pastry and fresh vegetables, fresh fruits and fresh mountain water, said Mama. Oh yes, I love going there, said little Conejito. So he was all set to climb the top of the mountain with his bag, happily singing and dancing and hopping up the mountain. What was he singing? I have a dear old auntie, my Tia Monica, and when she goes on dancing, they all say, ooh la la. Isn't this fun? Come, let's sing together. I have a dear old auntie, she's Tia Monica, and when she goes out dancing, they all say, ooh la la, ooh la la, ooh la la. Our little bunny was so very excited that he did not see what was there in front of him, and he just then bumped onto someone. Who was that? Who woke me up from my sleep? Said Senor Leon, meaning Mr. Lion in Spanish. Oh, hi, Senor Leon. It's me, Conejito. I'm pleased to meet you, said Conejito with confidence. He was a fearless, smart little bunny. Senor Leon said, I am pleased to meet you too. And I think I just met my lunch. Oh, I would be pleased to offer myself to you, Your Majesty. But look at me. I'm Flaquito, Flaquito. And I'm sure I'll not be able to satisfy your hunger, Your Majesty. But I have an idea. I'm going up the mountain to meet my aunt Tia Monica, where she's going to feed me a lot of cookies, candies, marshmallows, pastries, cakes, burgers, after which I'll become gordito, gordito, and then you can have a sumptuous lunch. Looks like a good plan. I'll eat you when you're back, said Senor Leo. Sighed little Conejito, and he continued his journey upward the mountain with the song. I have a dear old auntie, my Tia Monica, and when she goes out dancing, we all say, oh la la, oh la la, oh la la. Oh, who is this now? Onto which little Conejito bumped onto. I am Senor Tigre. And who was disturbing me? Is that you, little bunny? Said Senor Tigre, meaning Mr. Lion. Our little Conejito was a bit terrified. But you see, he's a smart little bunny, he said. Oh, Senor Tigre, this is Conejito, and I'm very pleased to meet you. I am pleased to meet you too, and I think I just met my lunch. Oh, no. You see how skinny I am? I'm Flaquito, Flaquito, and I'm sure you'll not get anything except bones if you eat me. And I don't think that you are a dog to eat bones. I'm not a dog, I'm Senor Tigre, said the tiger ferociously. Little Conejito said, you see, I'm going up the mountain to my Aunt Tia Monica's house, where she's going to feed me with lots and lots of goodies. After that, I'll become gordito, gordito, and then you can have me as a good meal. Sounds like a plan to me. I'll be waiting here to eat you when you're back, said Senor Tigre. Relieved, little Conejito started climbing the mountain again with the same old song. I have a dear old auntie, my Tia Monica, and when she goes out dancing, they all say, oh la la, oh la la, oh la la. Oh no, not again. Who is this now? It was Senor Zorro, the most cunning animal in the forest, Mr. Fox. Hey, little bunny, where are you going? Said Senor Zorro. Little Conejito said, I'm going up the mountain to meet my Aunt Tia Monica. Zorro said, oh, Tia Monica, I know her very well. Can I take you to her house through a shortcut? Said Senor Zorro. Now our little bunny was a very clever bunny. He said, oh, I think, Senor Zorro, I know what you want. You see, you look at me, how skinny I am. Flaquito, Flaquito. But don't worry, I'm going up the mountain to meet my dear Aunt Tia Monica, where she's going to feed me with lots and lots of goodies, after which I'll become gordito, gordito. On the way back, you can have a sumptuous meal. Oh, smart little bunny. I think that's a good idea. But don't try to fool me, huh? I'll be waiting right here for you to return, said Senor Zorro. Our little Conejito was relieved yet again, and then he continued his journey upwards. I have a dear old auntie, my Tia Monica, and when she goes out dancing, they all say, oh la la, oh la la, oh la la. this now. Hello, my little bunny, Conejito. I'm very pleased to meet you, said Aunt Tia Monica. Oh, dear Auntie, I'm so happy to meet you again. And I'm so much waiting to eat all your goodies, said little Conejito. And thus, Tia Monica and little Conejito had an awesome time together. They sang, they danced, they ate, they sang, they danced, they ate, they sang, they danced, they ate. So this got repeated until it was time for Conejito to go back to his mama. So the time finally came and little Conejito looked so much worried. He was sitting like this. Aunt asked, "Oh, my dear bunny, what happened to you? Why are you looking so sad?" "Auntie Monica, you know what? There's a tiger, there's a lion, and there is a fox waiting down the mountain to eat me." "Oh, such a silly thing. Why are you worried? Don't worry, we can fool them easily. I have a plan." Hearing this, little Conejito was relieved and happy. So what did Auntie Monica do? First thing that she did was she lit up a fire with some old trees, twig and leaves on the top of the mountain. And then she stuffed our little Conejito onto a barrilito, meaning small barrel. Wait, did I say stuffed? Of course, our little Conejito is no more flaquito. He was gordito now. So Aunt had to literally stuff him inside the barrilito. And she sealed the barrel nicely and she put a small hole for Conejito to breathe. And she rolled this barrilito from the top of the mountain downwards. The barrel started rolling down. Rodando, till it hit Senor Zorro. Senor Zorro asked the barrilito, "Hey, barrilito, did you see that Conejito?" he asked. "The forest is on fire and so is Conejito. Run for your life or you will be barbecued," said Barrilito. Who was talking? Yes, it was our little Conejito changing his tone and talking. Hearing this, Senor Zorro looked up. "Oh yes, there's fire up the mountain. Let me run away for my life." Saying this, he just ran away. The barrilito started rolling down again. Rodando, till it hit Senor Tigre. Senor Tigre asked, "Barrilito, did you see that Conejito?" "The forest is on fire and so is little Conejito. Please run away for your life or you will be barbecued." Hearing this, Tigre also looked up. "Oh yes, the forest is on fire. Let me run away for my life." The barrilito rolled down again. Rodando, till it hit Senor Leon. Leon asked the same questions and Barrilito said the same answer. And Senor Leon, after seeing the fire on top of the mountain, ran away for his life. Now the barrilito rolled again and again till it reached the foot of the mountain. Barrilito, did you see my Conejito?" said, yes, Conejito's mama. "Mama, I am Conejito. Get me out of the barrilito," said little Conejito. So mama opened the barrel and took him out. "Oh, my dear, I'm so happy and relieved that you are back. And that too, gordito. Look at you. You are just like a butterball, my baby," said mama. Thus Conejito was back in the safe hands of his mama. Let us all be safe in the safe hands of our near and dear ones in these times of crisis, like little Conejito and his mama. So that was our first story for today. Before we go on to the next story, I'll take a short break. And meanwhile, you can type in what is your favorite food that you want to eat now. Let me see if I was audible. Okay. Okay, meanwhile you type in your favorite food, I will start with the second story for the day. So today is the last day of musical stories from Kathabhumi. And how can we end the musical stories week without Indian music? Let's travel from Panama down south to India. So the second story for today is the story about the musical legend Tansen. So before we start with our story, I want to give a brief introduction of Indian music. Music in itself is amazing, isn't it? And so is Indian music, which is very rich and versatile and very diverse. So Indian music can be broadly classified into Hindustani classical music and South Indian classical music, which is also known as Carnatic music. The similarity between these two are that both of them are based on ragas or rag, and these rag in turn is based on saptaswaras, the 7 musical notes. Sa, re, ga, ma, pa, da, ni, sa, ni, dha, pa, ma, ga, re, sa. So these ragas are very unique. Each of the raga is very unique in its qualities. And they are also said to possess qualities which is like they can create emotions or different moods. We would have surely heard about ragas that are used for meditation. Ragas that are used in marriages, that brings about a happy mood. And ragas which are used as morning ragas. And ragas that are used for lullabies. In today's story, we are going to see 2 such ragas. One is Rag Deepak and the other one is Rag Megh Malhar. Now let's start with our story. Tansen is one of the greatest musical legends of Indian history. Tansen, being born and brought up in a place called Gwalior, he started off with his early musical lessons with Pandit Haridas. Later, with his passion for music and hard work, he went on to become one of the finest musicians of his time. Soon, he was seen and recognized by people around him, and he was made the chief musician in the court of King Ramachandra of Rewa. Now, people of Rewa used to admire Tansen's music. And this was a time when one of the greatest emperors of Indian history was ruling the entire empire. None other than Emperor Akbar. And Kingdom of Rewa was under Akbar's empires. Once, when Akbar came to Rewa to visit King Ramachandra, he happened to hear Tansen. That's it. He was mesmerized with the music of Tansen. And he asked King Ramachandra to send Tansen to Agra, to his own court. How could King Ramachandra say no to the emperor of the entire empire? He had to finally give up and send Tansen to Agra. Tansen had a grand welcome at Agra Palace, and he was soon made the chief court musician. Now Akbar was so admired by the music of Tansen that he made him sing in the morning, he made him sing in the afternoon, he made him sing in the evening, he made him sing in the night. He made him sing within the court and he made him sing outside the court. He was so very fond of Tansen's music. Soon, Tansen became one of the favorites of Emperor Akbar. And Akbar, in turn, lavished Tansen with loads and loads of gifts. Not just that, Tansen was soon made one of the Navaratnas in Akbar's court. So Akbar is said to be one of the finest social reformer in Indian history. So 9 gems are nothing but 9 most talented personalities in Akbar's court. And Tansen was one among them. This obviously brought in jealousy to some of the other courtiers who were there in the court for quite some time. They told each other, how could this Tansen become so very popular in a few days of time with Akbar, now that he had also become one of the Navaratnas? We should somehow bring Tansen down and defame him in front of Emperor Akbar. So they tried plotting many plans to bring down Tansen, but none of the plan worked out. Finally, they wanted to hatch a plan that can completely destroy Tansen. So they went and approached Emperor Akbar and told, Your Majesty, have you ever heard Tansen singing Rag Deepak? You should then listen to it. He sings it the best and it is one of the most difficult rag. And you know what? When we sing Rag Deepak, the unlit lamps gets lit up. And with Tansen's music, we are sure to see that miracle. Hearing this, Emperor Akbar was excited. Oh, Rag Deepak! How come Tansen has not sung this Rag Deepak to me till now? I surely want to hear it. And he approached Tansen and ordered him to sing Rag Deepak. Tansen very well knew about Rag Deepak. Rag Deepak not just lights unlit lamp. The heat that is produced when this rag is sung in its purest form and to its utmost perfection, it even had the power to burn the singer into ashes. He tried convincing Emperor Akbar not to sing Rag Deepak, but Akbar wouldn't hear. So eventually, what Tansen did was, he asked few days of time. He said, Your Majesty, I'll surely sing Rag Deepak for you, but please give me 15 days of time to practice and make it perfect. This plan was accepted by Emperor Akbar. 15 days passed by. Finally, the D-Day came. People around the place, around the state, gathered across to see and hear Tansen singing one of the most difficult rag, Rag Deepak. The court was arranged in such a way that there were lamps kept everywhere, which was unlit. And the courtiers, the evil courtiers, were eagerly waiting for the end of Tansen to happen. Tansen, with a heavy heart and his tamburu in his hand, he was all set for singing Rag Deepak. Just then entered our Emperor Akbar into the court, and he ordered Tansen to start singing. Tansen started singing Rag Deepak. Deepak ka dhana he started singing each and every line, each of the lamp in the court started getting lit up. People were awed to see such a beautiful sight, and everyone was in awe, and Emperor Akbar was gleaming with pride. As Tansen went on elaborating the Rag Deepak, people started feeling the heat around. Oh, why is it so warm? And Tansen went on and went on. Deepak ka dhana karat, Deepak ka dhana karat. Suddenly, Tansen started burning. He immediately rose from the place, ran out of the court, ran out of the palace, right onto the palace garden. And as people was watching Tansen getting burned, suddenly rain started coming with thunderstorm. People were amazed to see the sight, amazed to see this untimely rain at this point of time, which had saved Tansen as well as the kingdom from burning into ashes. Wait, did I say untimely? No, it was rightly timed rain, and it was rightly timed by none other than Tansen. Now let us go back a bit behind as a flashback to see the flashback. Alright? So when Akbar asked Tansen to sing Rag Deepak, Tansen very well knew about its after effects. And he also knew that the only way in which this effect can be nullified was with heavy rain. And what could bring heavy rain? None other than Rag Megh Malhar. But how can he sing both the ragas at the same time? So he had asked his daughter and his disciple to practice and perfect Rag Megh Malhar and asked them to sing this song when he was singing Rag Deepak. That is why he requested 15 days of time to Emperor Akbar. Now as he sang Rag Deepak, it was his daughter and his disciple who had started singing Megh Malhar. Now can we hear 2 lines of Megh Malhar for you? Yes. घुमड़ घन गगन आयो रे, घुमड़ घन गगन आयो रे, घुमड़ घन गगन, घुमड़ घन गगन, घुमड़ घन गगन आयो रे. So this was Rag Megh Malhar, which brought in the heavy rain with thunder. Thus, Tansen and also the kingdom was saved from burning into ashes. So this was a story of Tansen and Rag Megh Malhar versus Rag Deepak. Soon, the jealousy courtiers were punished by Emperor Akbar. So this was the second story for today. Now, we do not know if a rag can bring an end to the pandemic that is ruling the world now. But music can definitely be a cure to our anxious and uncertain minds. So sing your heart out, listen to loads of music, listen to loads and loads of stories, and dance to your feet. Do everything that you want to do, but all within your home. So please tune in to Katha Bhumi for more stories coming up next week. Thank you. Bye-bye.